Yeah, Change of Plans podcast is back. Joe and Vinny doing that thing.
You already know what time it is.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have a good podcast today. I'm feeling it.
I'm very upbeat this week. I had a weird thing happen earlier. Actually, so it started last week. Was we were gonna swap days off Friday for Monday, and we put a request in, and it just like sat. And nobody got back to us. And so I moved all the guests because I thought, if nobody said no by now, what are you going to say no in the 11th hour? But then I forgot where I work. And they did. And so I immediately texted my boss and I was like, hey, I think you're just hearing about this right now. And I asked about this like about 2 weeks ago, a little under 2 weeks ago, but I asked about it, and I have to, at some point, I got to reschedule people, right? I have 7 guests over those 2 days. That's a lot of logistical coordination.
Mm-hmm.
So I had already moved everybody when I heard the news that we were not going to be able to switch. And so I sent my boss a text, and he was like, you should have asked before.
I did.
I said, well, I'm asking now. And dead silence. And so I texted him and I said, listen, the answer can still be no. I get it. I'm fine with it. If it's no, I'll have to move everybody back. It'll be embarrassing, but I'll do it. I just want you to have the facts. I asked. They said they would run it by you. I didn't hear anything. I have to move these guests because professionals, and it's rude not to, right? I got to give them a couple of days notice to move them around. And I've already done all that. And so I'm asking you if you could kind of, now that you've got all the facts, reconsider.
How was that?
So I get a phone call from his assistant, let's just say, a little bit later on. And she's like, hey, just drop it. I go, what do you mean just drop it?
Is that a yes or a no? That's not even
no. She's like, could you just move all the guests back to the way you had them? And I go, dude, do you know what a giant pain in the balls that is? And again, it's also embarrassing.
Yeah.
And also, I told every one of those guests, I was like, my boss is a fucking lunatic. And he said, no, we can't switch the days off because he's a real stickler for holidays. Anyway, I see him in the hallway the other day, and I said, hey, how you doing? And he went, yeah. And he walked into the bathroom. And so I texted this person, and I was like, dude, I'm like, he just like dissed me in the hallway.
Maybe he had to take a shit, bro.
So come to find out, he's miffed it. I'm sorry.
Miffed.
He's upset with me because he thinks I miffed at him. That's a real thing.
Well, I'm glad you got that last piece of sushi off your lip because I was staring at it and it was freaking me out. I didn't hear a word of that story, dude.
That was tasty. So let's talk about Vinny and the fact that Vinny doesn't eat fish, doesn't like sushi. You're a weird guy, Vin.
No, I don't.
Why is that? Have you ever tried it?
It's gross. Fish is gross. It smells bad. The texture is gross. No, meat, potatoes, pasta, no vegetables, and no seafood. Yep.
That might be why you have rickets or whatever that shit is.
Rickets. That's funny, Joe. That's real nice, man. Well, I'm glad you're having a good time. It sounds like you're having a good week.
Yeah.
How was your 4th?
Oh, God, it was great. You know what I did? Kudos to me last year at a silent auction for the Cove Center for Grieving Children.
Oh, is this the one with the golf tournament? You don't let the kids play golf, but all the adults do?
Yeah.
Got it.
I won a charcoal grill.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a year. I assembled it. I bought some charcoal, some lighter fluid. and I made my burgers and my dogs and some steak tips
Thanks for the invite.
on the charcoal grill.
Thanks for the invite.
You weren't around. Where did you go? You were golfing, I think. Didn't you
I
go
did.
golfing?
I did golf, of
Speaking
course.
of thanks for the invite, I'm dressed and ready to go in my polo.
I can't believe you have a collar on today, dude.
What does that mean?
I've never seen you in anything but other than pajamas or a hoodie and and basketball shorts, like the and one basketball shorts, dude.
Those are cool shorts.
And you brushed your hair today, dude.
I actually took a shower. I was doing some work around the house.
Nice. No,
I'm a Renaissance man.
I'm not a big 4th of July guy.
Is that because you don't love America?
I think it's just a weird holiday to celebrate.
It's the day we celebrate our independence.
Sure. Yeah.
It's an important day in American history.
No, I really don't like it. I don't like the fireworks. I don't like all
because of the dogs.
No, I never liked fireworks. Like, even as a kid, they bore the shit out of me. I don't understand why people like it. It's annoying. It's loud, and it's just a complete waste of my time.
Did you ever see the movie The Sandlot?
Yeah.
When the fireworks show's going on, they run over to the baseball field and they start playing ball.
Yeah, like I don't
the extra light. They don't give a shit about fireworks.
And then this year sucked because you had the storm, and then people just start launching fireworks off at 11 at night, and my dogs are going batshit fucking crazy.
Also, who are these idiots that fucking that record the fireworks on their phone? What are you doing?
Well, that's the other thing. Well, I mean, that just goes in general. Like, no one ever just watches shit.
Right.
Like, you just got to record it. Why not just watch it and enjoy the moment?
Right. Who are you showing that to?
But I will say, like, I went down to Aruba for New Year's Eve, and they did this big fireworks show. And it's, my wife, my kid, his girlfriend's all excited about the fireworks, and I was just miserable because I don't care about fireworks. So I golfed in the morning. I think usually on a holiday, we go to Fresh Market.
Oh,
do a little grocery shopping.
Yeah, you should get the sushi.
My wife does. I don't. It's gross.
On Thursday, it's only $5.
Yeah, it's gross. So, but a lot of golf. That's what I did. That's all I do. Golf.
I could tell by your cool hat.
Yeah, it's one of my golfing hats. I don't wear this one, though, because it's white. I don't want to get it all sweaty.
That's smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I would think in the sun that would actually be a good hat because it's all white.
Yeah, but I sweat too much. I'm bald, dude. It's bad. It's bad shit. Bad shit. But no, I had a good time. Spent a lot of time with the wifey. Trying to get a little more work-life balance going on, dude.
You know, it's funny you say that. My wife texted me earlier today, and she said, hey, I really want to hang out, spend some quality time together. It feels like it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's always good to have the check-in. You got to have the check-in. That's me and my wife are pretty good about that. We're always missing each other. Like it's two ships in the night, as she likes to say.
I hear the same thing
all the fucking time, bro. So I think we actually went out to dinner for the 4th, and then my wife was feeling bad that we're making people work on the 4th of July, and I'm like, but if we don't go in, they don't make any money. We went to Marketplace.
Oh, yes. I've heard many good things. I have not been.
Yeah, good spot. And then we just hung out, had a good time, chit-chatted, just enjoyed each other's company. It was a good weekend, and I don't think I've seen her since Sunday.
Not bad.
Not
bad.
Too shabby. But no, everything else is good, man. Had a good week. Busy at work, but been locked in lately. Been absolutely locked in.
Oh. Looks like
we got some listeners today.
It's Vault Line Browning. That's Ryan.
What did he say?
Logistics. Okay, that's funny.
Well, Ryan was golfing with me last weekend.
I'll give you that one. That was actually funny. I did use logistics. I even tried to use one of the guests as like a big deal. Like it would be really hard to move that guy, and he's a big client and stuff. And that still didn't. I pulled out all the stops. It was kind of pathetic. And then I actually I sent like an apology, like, you know what? I jumped the gun. My bad. We're good. And he thought I was being a dick. Because generally speaking, if I were to say something like, "Hey, Vin, my bad," I don't really mean it. And I think people have picked up on that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't like that either. Like, if you just did something, just own it. Be like, okay, fine. I'm not going to apologize unless I really mean it. But also, don't be soft and be like, well, maybe he is still mad at me.
Right?
It's weird shit. People just don't know how to communicate. Like, I don't. I think people are just so scared to not be nice. Right? I'd rather have someone just be honest with me than just be nice. Because it gets you nowhere. You don't got to be a dick, but just tell me how it is. And if I don't like it, that's a me problem. It's not really a you problem. I'm kind of at like that point in my career as an attorney. Like, I really just don't give two fucks. I'm just going to tell you how it is. If you don't like it, keep it moving. But I'm not going to just sugarcoat shit so you feel better for the next couple hours of your life, and then you get smacked with a dose of reality.
Can I tell you a funny story?
No.
I had a student of mine who's come by and interned for me a little bit, and he was going to make a demo the other day, and he came in and he was pissed off about his grades. And he goes, on radio equipment operation, I only got an 80. And I said, that's because I was being generous. And he said, I only ever get A's. And I said, okay, well,
you didn't.
You underwhelmed me a little bit, to be honest. I bring him in the studio. I set him up. I give him some materials. I tell him to make a demo. Text me about 30 minutes in, Vin, and he says, looks like it's not recording.
Well, that's why you got an 80.
Yeah, you got to turn the microphone on, dumbass. An 80. Now I want to give you like a 48.
Well, it's just the lack of accountability people have now. Like, and in my line of work, it's just constant finger pointing, right? No one ever just says, you know what, maybe I fucked up or I should be approaching it this way, right? Because there's consequences to your actions. So,
right.
And if you don't like your grade or you don't like why you're in court or you don't like the way this person's communicating, then change something about yourself. Because no one else could do it, right? Like, you're going to class, the teacher's going to give you your grade. The teacher's not going to change the way they grade your shit, right? So figure it out, take some accountability, learn how to turn on a microphone. That's probably step one of broadcasting business.
Yeah, maybe got you a lot closer to a grade you liked.
Yeah, maybe you'll get an A, right? Like, so I had this conversation. I was down in Stanford yesterday afternoon, which is like getting kicked in the dick by 35 fucking donkeys, because you got to drive down there, and then the fucking drive back is just crazy. So long story short, I represent these Polish people that had a construction company. It's all handshake shit, cool until it's not cool anymore. And there's certain laws that you have to have written contracts and certain things, or you're fucked and you got to pay attorney fees, right? So jabroni plaintiff and the attorney are like, your client owes us $230,000 for all this shit they didn't do. And the attorney had no idea what he was talking about. And I just politely directed the judge to the error of this attorney's ways. But the problem is, even if I win, my client has to pay their attorney fees, which was $130,000. While I got paid $8,000. So now I'm pissed off. But I had to have that conversation with my client. Like, I could win the case, everything but this issue. And you still got to pay X amount. So either you're going to pay $110,000 now or $160,000 after trial. And initially she was mad, and I'm like, I get it, but you got to take some accountability. Your contracts are fucked up. Like, that's just the way it is. There's only so much I could do to help you out. You get arrested, there's only so much I could do to help you out. And then you got to own your shit. You got to make sure it doesn't happen again. But people don't do that, and that's why I have a fucking job.
Yeah. Well, and again, but you're right. It is about your personal accountability, and it is in every single thing that you do.
Well, like, for me, it's just like we're going through the changes with the office, being down a paralegal, and I can sit there and do the same shit, and it's not going to work out, or I have to look at what I'm doing and what I need to change, what I'm doing personally to help my office out, right? So you have two choices in life. You kind of just sit there and do the status quo and you're going to keep getting the same results, or you got to take that hard look at yourself and do something about it. But if you do that, you're going to find you have a little more energy in life, because then you're like, all right, I can rejigger this. I'm actually working on something instead of just doing the same thing every day, right? Because then you're just in a comfort zone where just life becomes boring because you're not changing anything.
Was that word you used, rejigger?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, nice try, though.
No,
nice
try.
I know where you were going.
I was looking for some clarity. I wasn't sure what you said. I
what
was just looking
what else would I say? Like, what would be the alternative to that word, Joe?
I thought you said retrofitter.
That was a good comeback, Joe.
Thank you.
That was pretty pretty slick there, buddy. But yeah, it frustrates me. It's probably the most frustrating thing of just my job in general. Like, I was doing a hearing the other day, and mom's like, I only make X amount of money because I have a 12 and 10-year-old and I can't work full time. And I'm just like looking around.
Oh God, bitch, you could do anything.
Well, no, my biggest problem is people who don't pay their child support or bitch about it, right? Like, you got to pay $130 a week for a kid and you're bitching about it. Like, that is completely insane. Hey, you didn't want to pay child support, maybe keep your dick in your pants, or, you know, use some of the modern technology like rubbers or some birth control, right? Or the mom's like, the dad's a deadbeat. Well, you chose to have multiple kids with this deadbeat. It wasn't a fucking mistake. Take some accountability for your shit.
Right.
Or if you're not happy in your marriage or happy with your boyfriend or girlfriend, then do something about it, because you control all of that. And that's where I really try to tell my clients, like, you control where you're at. You control your happiness. It's not anyone's job to make you happy. It's not my wife's job to make sure I'm happy every day.
You know what? God, that's so true, Vin.
And like, it's not, I'm not walking around my house. Like, I do like when my wife's happy with me and she's in a good mood. And if I can help that, yes, but that's not my fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make another person happy. But if you're good and you're in a good place, your spouse is going to be in a good place because they don't got to worry about your shit. So take some accountability and stop pointing the finger at everybody. If you don't like your life, then do something about it. Instead of just saying, well, oh my God. So I was having this conversation, not this exact conversation with my wife yesterday, but I was bitching and moaning because I'm stuck in traffic coming back from Stanford, right? It's a fucking 2-hour ride. I was miserable. And she's like, well, you're lucky you have a nice car.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm like, it has nothing to do with fucking luck. I didn't wake up in the morning, some dude handed me the keys to my Mercedes AMG CLS 53. I'm
with you.
I work my sack off. Like, everything I got is not by luck. I fucking worked.
Yep.
Joe, you worked for your shit. You worked for this house. You work for, like, everything we got here, you worked for. So it's not luck.
What does that sign say?
The harder we work, the luckier we get.
So
yes,
I'll tell you,
1,000%.
That's literally the Clovercrest slogan. And here's the reason why. My wife and I, obviously my wife's an attorney like you and went through all the schooling and passing of bars and all the things that she had to do to get to where she had to be. And as did I. And we had a cousin over here. He was helping to mount some TVs. And he was admiring our success with the home and all the stuff. And he went, you guys are so lucky.
Drives me crazy.
I was like, lucky? I go, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You have any idea how many holidays and weekends and all sorts of shit I had to do to get to the top of my craft? Or what your cousin did to go to law school and to become a successful attorney? Ain't no luck there. That's some fucking hard work.
It's work. Like, in anything in life, you create your own life. It has nothing to do with luck. Like sometimes, yeah, you go put money in a slot machine. Okay, that's lucky,
See,
right?
I don't agree with that. I don't think that's luck. I think that's being fortunate because in almost every situation, you had to do something.
Well, you had to
You have
go
to
earn the
walk over.
money. You had to
You
go
had to have
walk.
some money,
Yeah.
go over to the slot machine and do it. And so, again, statistically things are going to go your way at some point.
Yeah, like
Why not that?
I'm fortunate in the life I have, but I also put myself in a position to be fortunate.
Correct. Yes.
And that's why like, I think my wife had to tell me to calm down because she really didn't mean it that way. But it really does bother me because, especially like, I do pretty well, and people are like, "Oh, you're a lawyer, you make money, you got a nice house, and all of this stuff." Like someone just gifted it to me one day when I fucking walked out of my bed. But to your point, you don't see the 90 hours a week I was fucking working, where I was working out of my Ultima for fucking 3 years when I didn't have a pot to piss in. I had fucking nothing. And I do it now because I'm worried about going back to that. Like that's the thing. Like you get to a point in life where I want to keep being fortunate. So you keep working hard. Right. But I think you also, and this is something we discussed before the show, is it's also having, you know, we worked hard so we are afforded the opportunity to do stuff we like to do, like this podcast, right? To people are like, well, how do you do the life coaching, the dog rescue, the law practice, you do your podcast? Is because you got to have that balance. Like, especially the past 3 weeks, I've really been focused on, I get home, I try to shut down my work by a certain time, and like I'm trying to be more engaged in something else, right? Because people are like, well, I got to rest up for the next day. But you're really not doing that. Like, you're not like you go and scroll and watch TV and you think you're just preparing for the next day, but you're really not. Spend that hour, that 2 hours, the hour and a half reading or putting something into a passion project where you're re-engaging your brain, because then you're going to find more energy, right? Because now you're engaged in something you're really passionate about, right? So you wake up the next day, you're already energized because when you come home you can start working on it again, right? It's
a good idea.
Instead of coming home, and yes, it's good, we watch TV shows and stuff like that, but it's really, you really got to reactivate your brain to, okay, I have these passion projects and I want to do it, and it doesn't take a lot of time, but you're re-engaging in something else, so it doesn't take a lot more energy. It doesn't take any more energy. It's just a different type of energy. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I've really been trying to focus on, it's not waking up on Tuesday worrying about Wednesday, right? Like, well, how am I going to get through Wednesday? How am I going to get that done, right? You attack your list for the day because you don't even know if you're going to be here to fucking tomorrow. You can't do shit about yesterday, but when you get home, be excited to be home, right? And I think that's a lot of problem like couples have, is they're not excited to go home because they're using it as, well, I'm just resting up so I can get back to my 9 to 5 tomorrow, instead of being like,
you gotta prioritize.
You got to have some intention when you get home, right? And whatever that intention is, but you got to have some type of intention when you walk in the door, other than I'm just going to shut down and fucking go brain dead for the next 2 hours because I need to work for tomorrow. But the reality is you're just sitting there thinking about tomorrow anyways.
I think the other big thing too is you got to live life. I mean, you can't react to life. You can't let life live you.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the perfect thing, right? Like, you can't be reactive in life. You get one shot at this shit, and none of it's guaranteed, right? Like, if you spend your whole life reacting to everything, you're just living someone else's life, or living your boss's life, or whoever.
Well, that's part of why I'm so obstinate whenever this guy's just a pain in the balls for no reason. Like, I can't just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, if I can have any say in the matter, I have to speak my mind and attempt to put things in, like the way I want them to be. Like, I don't just let shit happen and let it lie.
Well, no, because it doesn't let it lie for a day. It just festers.
Yeah.
Right? It just, like, I had a buddy of mine, he's going through a rough spot right now, and it's, you got some news today, and it wasn't great news, but I'm like, listen, just let it be today. Don't let it be tomorrow, right? Because if you let it fester, and it just snowballs, and you get to a point where you can't recover from it. So it's a moment in time. You can't change what happened, and You can't. You can worry about it tomorrow, but it doesn't change your situation. So be in the moment, realize it's a moment, tell yourself it's a moment, and then get up the next day with some type of intention. And regardless if you want to do something or not, do it, right? Do the hard shit. That's what I tell people. We didn't get here because we did the easy shit. We do the hard shit every day. I don't want to go to the gym at 4:30 in the fucking morning. It's not like, oh, Vin's just motivated and he loves going to the gym. No one likes waking up at 4 in the morning to go to the fucking gym. Nobody. But you do the hard shit so you can enjoy your life. Then you're doing the hard shit all day, and then you get to go home and enjoy the easy shit.
He looks good, doesn't he? He looks much smaller.
Only in the top half.
I thought he would look better at this point, but
that's why, like Joe, he's just honest. I'm slowly getting there. I do. I feel good. You know, it's funny you said that because I was at the gym yesterday morning, and yesterday morning. I'm working out, doing whatever. And the best thing that ever happens when you're at a gym, you see a dude who's like ripped, right? He's just like, yo, bro, you're looking good, man. You're putting in that work, bro.
Wow.
I swear to God, I was like 6'9", dude. I was just like, and then we're just talking dumb shit about healthy eating and all of this shit. And I'm like, I just felt good all fucking day, right? Because, that dude took 5 minutes out of his fucking day, and he's like, oh, I'm trying to tighten up too. And he like goes and runs on the treadmill without a shirt. And then I just felt bad about myself. And I'm like, well, I'm not there, buddy.
He did that on purpose.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, dude.
Hey, Vin, you're looking good.
But the point is, do the hard shit, because when you get through the hard shit, you feel so much better. Like, you're just like, even you had a long day at work, go for a walk, read a book, set simple goals. You don't got to read a whole book in a night. Read 10 pages. Set, like, okay, I'm going to allot 20 minutes. Me and my wife are going to sit there and talk. We're going to go for a walk for 10 minutes. These little goals that don't take a lot of time, but if you're accomplishing these little habits throughout the day, your life's a lot easier, because then you're like, all right, I was successful at that. So what could I do next? Right? You keep bumping that fucking bar up, and you just keep hitting these goals, and you just feel good. And then you realize you could get through fucking anything, but it's hard work. Yeah. It's not easy. Like, it drives me fucking insane. If your life is so easy, then you're just not growing as a person. You're not taking enough risks in life, right? We get one shot at this. So if you're just comfortable all the time, that's a shitty spot to be in. I was talking with a judge. I resolved a personal injury case today that they had $0 on the table. 4 hours later, I settled it for $225 out of the fucking blue, right? But I put in the fucking work. I was prepared. I was ready. And, a lot of it has to do with the relationships you have with the other attorneys and how you're talking to this retired judge. And we had a big conversation, because, they do these breakout rooms, and he's like, dude, you got to make them be a little more uncomfortable, right? Because people don't like being in uncomfortable situations. And I'm a big fan of, I'm going to make sure if I'm in an uncomfortable situation, I'm going to work through to where I'm comfortable. And then when I'm comfortable in that situation, I'm pushing it, because I want to make myself uncomfortable. Because when you're uncomfortable, you're learning, right? If you're just in your sweet spot the whole fucking life, you're going to be the same person for the rest of your fucking life. And that sucks. Like, I don't want to be the same person I was 5 years ago. And I don't want to, I don't want to be the same person I am today, fucking 5 years from now, because then I didn't grow. Or as my ex-wife said, I didn't evolve as a person. Got him. Which is weird. I mean, I don't know how much evolving we're doing as human beings right now. I think, am I supposed to turn into like something else?
I hate that.
Yeah,
I really do.
Like
I really hate that.
I mean, you tell that to someone, you really got to put some thought into it.
Also, I didn't evolve as a person, or I didn't evolve as the person you want me to be.
Well,
I think that's the other thing, is the expectation that somebody that you're with, or somebody that you have a relationship with, is going to change for the better the way you want it.
Well, that's you're better. It's not they're better.
Right.
Right.
And
like,
I think people forget that.
Like, I think like the one, I don't brag about my wife a lot on this show.
No.
But she makes me a better person, not because she wants me to be a certain way or dress a certain way or talk a certain way, but I want to be a better person for her.
You should eat vegetables.
That's the one thing I will never, ever do. There's two things. Well, so I'm getting a tattoo on Saturday. And I'm getting like the Man in the Arena quote, like on my leg. It's like one of my favorite jams. But I also want to get a neck tattoo. Like one that says perspective, like right across my fucking neck. And she shot it down.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, see, that's one of those things I was like, it's my body, my rules. Because that's what all women say. It's my body, my rules.
Yeah.
But it doesn't apply to me.
No.
But I caved. I can't do that.
No, of course you can't.
I can do whatever I want.
No, you can't.
I can. I might do it anyways. But
no, you can't. And
why?
You're not going to.
Why?
Because she vetoed it. That's been vetoed.
I do a lot of things my wife vetoes. She's very patient with me. I'm not a big fan of the word no. You got a better chance of me not doing it if you say I could do it.
Oh, like the old reverse psychology.
Yeah, I'm that guy. Like if you're like, Vin, fucking do it, then I'm like, you know what? It's not aggressive enough. I'm not fucking partaking.
That's funny.
Well, because I like making people feel uncomfortable. It's like my favorite thing.
Mine too. I do like that.
In life, right? Like I was on a hearing last week. Turner's just talking pure nonsense in the hallway, like jabberjaws. I'm gonna do this, that, and a third, and I'm like, and then they're like trying to spit a fucking question out of their mouth, and I'm like, are you okay? So I started making everyone feel real uncomfortable in the courtroom, to the point where the judge is like, "Well, you're walking on thin ice," and I'm like, "Well, that's okay because I could ice skate." And then the marshal spit his water out of his fucking mouth, but you got to let people know if you're gonna walk onto the big porch, you better be a big dog. Puppies stay in the yard.
Do you ever worry about contempt of court, like in the movies?
No, that shit don't happen. No, and do it, because I will tell you, I do it in a manner that I know I'll catch the judge. Like if I'm doing something and I know I'm spot the fuck on, go ahead and don't do it and create a record of it. Right? But I also know which judges I could get away with some shit, which judges I don't. But I do it in a way that's smart. I was talking to the judge I was mediating the case with today. And so one of the things was we were supposed to go to trial, and it's really medical treatment intensive, right? And typically you disclose experts, all this stuff. I know my client has this ERISA lien that dates back fucking 5 years beforehand and goes through. It's like $300,000 fucking lien. I disclose an expert. That doctor comes in and says this treatment's pursuant to this fall. She's fucked on the ERISA lien. But I didn't do it because I rolled the dice and gambled the fact that I think I'm going to be able to mediate this out and settle. Now, when ERISA comes and tries to collect the 307, they don't have any doctors saying that the treatment's in regards to this fucking accident. And now they're fucked. Right? So you got to know how to play the game. So you don't do that off. You're not just riffing as a fucking 1-year associate doing that shit. Right? Damn. But that's how life is. Life is a game of angles. It's a game of fucking pool. Read the table. And you gotta have the balls to take the hard shot sometimes. I like to call myself the Messi of attorneys, right?
You're the messy attorney.
Yeah, Messi walks around a lot. Everyone gets mad because he walks around 78% of the time around the field, but he's scanning the fucking field. And then when it's time to score, I come in and I fucking score. And that's how life should be. You don't need to be going 100 miles an hour to prove to everyone you're outworking everybody, or you work harder, you got more jobs, or you got more shit, and post it on the gram. Fucking grind. I'm just going to grind all day. Life is a grind, dude. You got to grind. No, sometimes, yes, you got to work, but you got to work smart. You got to be patient. You got to have that balance. Because if all you're doing is grinding all day, dude, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that, I'm on the grind. Are you putting together a railroad? I don't think those people grind. But, that fucking grind life is stupid. Drives me nuts.
I'm more like Ronaldo because I'm Portuguese and past my prime.
It's so pretty. I wish you had Ronaldo money. That
Oh
dude
my
is
God.
rich.
Yeah.
Like these soccer players, like
that's crazy.
I thought like no one played soccer. And of course, it's like the biggest sport in the world, but they make dumb money, like absolutely stupid fucking money. But yeah, I've been watching a little bit of the World Cup, but I just can't get into it. It's a frustrating thing.
My son and I watched 2 matches, both Portugal. We're Portugal fans. Where we were, they suck. Their defense is really bad.
Dude, that dude Messi though is insane, bro.
Yeah, I heard they had quite the little comeback. Referee helped out a little bit, which is always nice.
I don't care. That guy's incredible, bro. He's 39 years old.
All right. Well, Ronaldo's 41.
And he didn't do shit in the World Cup.
He got his first ever goal in a knockout round.
That's great. Good for him, dude.
It's a lot of World Cups to
dude.
Not
imagine if,
scored one before.
like, I will say, man, if I was Ronaldo, dude, I mean, I'm happy in my life. But if I had to be one dude, Ronaldo. That guy got money. He got looks. He's got a cool accent. Like, goddamn, man. He's got to have a small dick.
I'll be honest. His Adam's apple is a little aggressive for me. It's a little much.
People are not swiping right on Tinder for Ronaldo because that Adam's apple is fucking.
I'm just saying, after a while, it would start to get on my nerves.
A lot of turtlenecks.
You know what I mean? Hey, you're like, dude, come on with that.
He couldn't get a neck tattoo, I guess.
No, that bugs me. It's like having cankles. There's just some things.
Yo, bro.
After a while, you just can't do it.
Bro, dude, I am so picky about fucking thick ankles, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead and put me on blast. Everyone can hate on me.
You like ankles?
No.
Oh, you don't? No.
Dude, I remember I was in college and I was dating this girl, drop dead, but I just couldn't get over the fucking ankle problem.
I've been there one time. Missed ankles. Dude. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not a fucking prize, so I shouldn't be bitching, but it's something.
Oh, for crying out loud, this girl might as well have had a fucking leg missing. I mean, cankles? Are you kidding me? I can't do it. It's a handicap.
Well, they're there for a reason, right? Like, someday those cankles are gonna come in handy. Like, but hey, teach his own. If you just got like a lower leg, then get after it.
That's always bothered me a lot.
Yeah. Or it's like if you see like a good looking lady and you just want to pick out something random so your wife thinks that you're not some like creeper. You're like, look at those eyebrows.
You know what though? All jokes aside, and you said this earlier, right? If you're in a relationship, have you ever been in a relationship and there's just something fundamental in the relationship? Have you ever dated someone who says they're not into certain sexual things and you're like, I can't do that. How long is that? That's not going to work.
No. I don't know what kind of shit you're into, but like I'm
nothing crazy. I mean,
I'm a meats and potatoes guy, dude. I don't need all the fancy shit. I I don't have these. Like, I know my lane and I'm staying in it, man. You're not getting any special moves from me. I'm just a standard guy, dude. You don't no. I mean, I've been on dates where I've had to say no. Like when they're like, oh, my ex-boyfriend liked me to stick shit in his ass. And I'm like, yeah, that's when I literally put $20 down and walked away from the table. Like, I'm like, what? Then I looked around the bar and realized what kind of bar I was in. I was like, no. So whatever. Like, I'm glad you got some kinks in your relationship that you seem to be working out.
I mean, no. I'm just saying.
We need an example now. Like what is something you have suggested and the girl was like, no, I'm not into it. Other than sex. If the girl's like, I don't like sex, then that's a flag. Other than that, I don't know where you're going with it, so we need to know.
All right, so here's my point. Because I'm making
no, I need examples.
Let me make the point, and I'll give you an example afterwards. If you're in a relationship and you're not getting the things that you want, or again, she's got an Adam's apple you're just not comfortable with, or she has a mole on the end of her nose, and the first couple times you saw her face, you thought it was cute. After a while, you might not like it anymore. And you should say something.
Are you saying the mole wasn't growing on you?
I'm just saying. I think sometimes people put themselves in bad situations and they don't know how to get out of them. And they either do fucked up things to try to get the other person to cut them loose.
For sure. Like getting a neck tattoo that says no regrets. Shout out to Vincent Miller. That's a fucking classic, by the way. That's why you don't get a neck tattoo. But yes, people do that all the time, right? I think it's just, I mean, I could tell you, for example, when I was going through my divorce, like clearly my ex-wife wasn't happy, which you're entitled to be. Hey, you don't love me anymore, whatever. But when you're acting a certain way, it just call it off, right? Like it's just easier that way, because if you turn the tables and you just start acting like an asshole, then it just hurts the other person. It makes you look worse. I mean, if you go on like 3 or 4 dates with a girl with a mole on her nose, like you should know after date 1, right? Like, unless like it's not like, well, I think I might have a mole fetish. Like, shout out to the girls with moles. I used to be a big into freckles. I was a big freckle guy for a while. Like,
I like the freckles in the summer.
Yeah, like a redheaded.
If you have freckles in the fall, I'll break up with you.
This is strictly a summertime thing, man.
It really is.
I would love to see like what women would say about us. We should get our wives on here and just have them do a podcast about us.
You know why I don't want
to should get, we're going to do that. We're going to have a wives special. Me, you, we're going to have the wives here, and we're just going to have a little cipher.
So at one point, we had 52 podcasts on Clovercrest Media, and I was on or had a hand in a dozen of them directly. Okay. But all 52 were under my whatever you want to call it. Anyway, my wife decided to start a podcast, true crime podcast, and her podcast has more downloads than all of the podcasts I've ever been on combined.
Including ours?
Yep.
Ew, what the fuck, bro?
And, it's the genre. I mean, it's good, but it's the genre. I mean, you're she's got listeners all over the fucking world. She's big in Australia.
Good day, mate.
And in England and in the West Coast.
Well, it was like when we had my wife on the show. Like it was like one of the highest viewed ones I think we had.
So I feel like if they did a podcast about us, it would probably be successful and it would get millions of downloads, and it would really piss me off.
No, but we have to. They can be on with us.
You can have an episode, yeah. All right, an episode is fine.
Yeah, we have a wives episode. That would be fun. Actually, that'd be to get a woman's perspective on cankles.
That's the problem, is they're gonna say some dumb shit like, you know what, she's trying.
Yeah, everyone needs to be loved.
You know how hard it is to have skinny ankles?
Yeah, I mean, listen, in fairness, like most, I would say most, maybe you don't have a choice. It's not like you could go work your ankles out. Sometimes
there must be something you can do about cankles. I mean,
like an ankle shaving procedure.
Yeah, I would think so. Or you know what? Go for a really long walk.
Oh my God. I don't think walking has anything to do with ankles or ankles. Well, sometimes they do, but I don't think it directly correlates to your ankle size. I just don't. I think it's just God's way of saying you're like what I used to get worried about in college is that those things are made to have kids. It's all I can think about. I was like, no, those are some childbearing ankles, and I'm not having it. Not at fucking 19 or 20. I mean, I couldn't manage a child at 40. Never mind at
It's
21.
terrible. It really is. It's a sad, sad thing.
But the point is, be honest. If you're on a date, I remember I went on a date when I used to take all my ladies to the Macaroni Grill because that was a spot because it wasn't expensive, but it looked like a fancy Italian place.
Smart.
And I remember I checked this girl out that was working at Elmer's with me. This girl Sabrina, like unbelievable, bro. But like, I think I was in law school at the time. She was like 20, and she took her jacket off, and the whole place just turned around. And I'm like a baby fat tube top, and I'm like, I was like, you know what? I can't do it. I really lovely girl. I'm sure she's doing fabulous at whatever club she's working at now.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, it was just like, but I was so brutally honest when I was like in dating mode. Like for me, it was like I didn't like nonchalant date. It was like always a business transaction. It's like if it wasn't working out, like I know in 10 minutes, and I'm like, you know, we're just gonna finish up this meal and wrap it up. You go home and I'm gonna go home. I just always been like that. So I was always brutally honest, and I'm sure people had pleasant things to say about me while they were dating me too. I probably wasn't. I was a douche in college. I dated this girl for like 3 years, and she, besides my wife, was probably the nicest person I've ever met. And I was just so mean because it was just like it was almost like too nice, right? Like you get one of those, I could have done whatever, and it's just like I love you, and I need a little fucking fire. I need a little like sauce in the bag.
I had a girlfriend like that who I had dated in high school and then again in college, and she was so nice to me. And I mean, and to this day, like literally gives a shit. You know what I mean? She's actually friends with my wife and my children and wishes them all happy birthdays and stuff. And she was so nice to me and cared so much that it fucking annoyed me to no end. and right, the result was me kind of always being a dick to her to make her like I was like, just don't. I wanted her to not like me and to not want to be around me.
Yeah, so like my wife has the best of both worlds, right? Because like I probably could go away for 6 months and she would just carry on with life, right? She likes spending time with me, but she's just also like, go do what you need to do because you need your own time, right? And I think that's also an age thing where they're already in their lane and they don't have that like, I need to be around this guy all the time. You know, but I think having that, you know, that kind of hybrid personality where like, yeah, I know my wife loves me, but I know she's not like sitting home by the fucking window waiting for me either, because that's some weird shit. Like if you can't do anything outside the presence of your spouse because your spouse loves you so much, your relationship will never work.
Yeah.
Ever. If you can't take time out for yourself, right, without your spouse just fucking helicoptering everywhere, it's just never gonna fucking work. One, you're not gonna grow as a person. Two, you're gonna get super fucking annoyed.
Can I read this very specific comment from Nicole Palmieri?
Oh, yeah, Nicole.
Did you ever break up with someone via text to get back with your ex-wife?
oh my God.
I feel like there might be a story here.
Yeah, man. There is. That's not my story to tell, but that is Nicole is one of my favorite people. She just got sworn into the bar. She was a clerk in Hartford. Now she's doing family law. She's going to do absolutely fantastic. But that story, that is for hers to tell. But it's the funniest thing. It's the second funniest story Nicole has. She has one other funny story, and I really want to tell it to everybody, but I'm not going to because I like you, Nicole. But yeah,
Wait, why does Nicole only have 2 funny stories?
Well, there's a bunch, but I mean they're like epic, funny fucking stories, dude. Good people though, but yeah, that was. Imagine that, like you're just dating someone and everything's going well, and then imagine if you're dating someone, they send you a text, "I'm getting back with my ex-wife," and then you just got to see them in court the next day because they may be a lawyer.
Oh my god, that's not good.
Fucking wild, man. That's fucking awesome, dude. But yeah, I think like I said, you gotta have if you got the helicopter spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, shit's never gonna work out. So but you gotta communicate that too. You gotta be able to say to your wife, hey, I need some time. Or go to your husband, hey, I need some time. Right? Because you also need a time to reset, recalibrate. I'm not gonna say rejigger because you didn't like that one.
I didn't.
And and I think you have in that time you also bringing something into your marriage because you're working on you, or you're bringing a new experience that you get to share with your wife and that sort of thing. So but yeah, my wife's funny like that. She's just very okay, go do what you're gonna do, I'll see you later type of deal. Like we'll go on vacation and I won't see my wife for 6 or 7 hours because I don't want to go to the beach.
Right.
So she just lets me hang out. I'll see you at lunch, I'll see you at dinner. But she's also, I think, in that lane when, you get to a point in life, both men and women, where you kind of been through the shit, right? So you're already kind of like, hey, if you're gonna walk with me, I'm cool with it. And if you're not, I'm still gonna be walking, right?
Absolutely.
Whoa, there's a cat, dude. I hate cats. Sorry, Nicole. Nicole just lost her cat. It was tough. I did reach out though.
Dang.
I think it was the first time I've ever reached out when someone's cat had passed.
What was the cat's name?
Kitty. I have no idea, dude. I don't know. Do people name cats?
Wow. You really had a traumatized childhood. Is that right?
And now that I think about it, as a kid, we had a cat named Ashley, which is my ex-wife's name. And that cat did not like me. He used to puke up fur balls in my shoes at least once a week. And then watch me step in it. It would just sit there and lick its paw while I'm putting my feet in my shoe. My foot in my shoe.
Simba, by the way.
There you go. There you go.
Cute name.
Yeah, I've just never been a cat dude, but
no, I get you.
No, I would like one of those Maine Coon cats, like a cool cat, or like one of those like cheetah looking motherfuckers, those big cats.
I have a Maine Coon, and he's got a giant dome. He's got a big.
I've never seen that cat here.
You've never seen my Maine Coon?
No.
He's orange.
No.
And he's got a monster head.
No. I've really been on a donkey kick. Like I want a donkey. Yep.
And where would you put this donkey?
In my yard. It's like a dog. They're great. They're like fucking dogs. They come when you call them. They want to play ball. They're cool. Should do some research.
Who told you this?
Saw it on TikTok.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe everything you see on TikTok?
Only if it comes out of Trump's mouth.
Do you think that the 7 astronauts from the Space Shuttle Challenger are all alive and well? Because I seen that shit on TikTok.
Did you know Trump talked to Teddy Roosevelt a couple of weeks ago?
All right. Now, can we be fair about this? I don't think Donald Trump is that dumb. I think he knew he was talking to a hologram. I just think he forgot he was talking to a hologram and walked away and recalled that he had a conversation with Teddy Roosevelt. And here's the thing. He isn't wrong. He did talk to. It's not like he said, I think Teddy Roosevelt's still alive.
And I will give Trump credit, though. So he did uncover one of the great secrets of the world, the Islamic State of Japan. So while all you guys thought like the Islamic terrorists were coming from the Middle East, joke's on you, motherfuckers.
Ninjas.
Anyways, we're not going to do that today, but I just thought it was
Let's do you want to
We're
do
gonna do a card?
Let's do a card.
All right. Which one? Which box are we picking from?
I don't know. That one.
This one?
Yeah.
All right.
What box? This is the one where we got to do a I like this one. Yeah.
I don't know. I left my other box of cards, but here, pick any card you want.
Ooh, this is a good one. What is something you regret telling someone? What is something you regret telling someone? Oh, I'll tell you, you know what? It's funny. This happened. I had a very good relationship with a coworker at a radio station that I worked at. And I remember when they offered me the morning show job there, they offered me more money than I would have even had the gall to ask for. And so I take the contract and I just signed it. And I'm like, I'm signing this right now. And they're like, take it home. Your wife's a lawyer. I'm like, no, my wife will be pissed if I don't sign this. I'm taking it. And so one of my coworkers was like, how much are they paying you? And I was like, I don't think I want to tell you that. And she was like, nah, it's cool. Come on, tell me. You tell me and I'll tell you. And I was like, yeah.
Bad move.
Why don't we say it at the same time then? And I made way more than she did. And I swear to God, from that day forward, our relationship was totally different.
Yeah.
And it made it suck. Every day sucked going forward.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I have any regrets about anything I told anybody. Maybe things I didn't tell people.
All right, let's change that. What's something you regret not telling someone? I'm sure you regret not telling Claudia goodbye earlier. Pansy ass.
Probably. I don't know. I think just overall in general, just telling people like how much they've affected my life or how much they mean to me. I probably don't do that enough. Like call people randomly, be like, hey, just checking in. So it's not like one general thing. Like, my boss who had passed away, I wish I had conversations with him before. And just different people who came in and out of my life. I think it's just not being at that point in my life, being emotionally available to do it. So it's one of those things. I got a card for you though, but there you go. There's my mushy side of Vin. That's about as mushy as you're gonna get from Vin. No,
bro,
do this one.
All of these cards are fucking great.
Do this one though.
I will, but
okay. Do you pick another card?
Oh my god, we're gonna have to knock some of these
out.
All
right, knock them out.
Good ones here.
No, knock that one out. Do it. Let's go. Better not be anything mushy. I'm tired of being mushy.
What's one experience that changed your life?
One? You go first. I got to think about this one.
My best friend's father murdered his little sister in 1987, and then 4 years later, my therapist got killed in a bus bomb.
Yeah, we've heard that story. Give me a third.
No, that's not a good one.
No,
that's like a fucking superhero backstory.
I think you said that last week. Could we get
That's a superhero backstory. You can't even top that shit. Damn. Oh, my kids got kidnapped. Also, I got kidnapped in Jamaica once. I didn't know it because I was super high. You want another one?
Yeah. Wow.
I'll give you another one. I went into a gas station to buy a pack of smokes, and I came walking out, and I thought a guy was in my car, and I knocked him out, and it was his own car, and that was a bad day.
What was the question again?
What's one experience that changed your life?
I mean, I think my biggest one as far as like where I'm at today, is my boss.
Oh.
I think from him seeing how hard he worked, but how much he cared for his family, and then him passing away. I don't know if I'd be here today without meeting him, learning how to work and grind and all and do what I needed to do. But I think that was like the turning point because I could have went one way or another. Like I could have just folded the tent, but I know that's not what he wanted. So I think it forced me to kind of be a little more independent, kind of get out of my comfort zone a lot on an everyday basis. So probably that. And I think that's probably one of the biggest, like I always think about, like he was big into like his family. His kid played a lot of baseball, never missed a game. And, I've talked about how I don't have a relationship with my dad on this show. And like, I just think about sometimes, like, if he was still alive, like, he would have been to all my kids' games. Like, he would have just enjoyed all of that shit. Like, all the questions I could have asked him of, you know, what did I do with this situation and how do I handle this? And that's the one thing that kind of sucks about, my dad not being involved. He missed all of that too. So probably that. And like I think it just made me realize that like listen, none of this shit's guaranteed. So you got to go get it when you can.
What was your biggest struggle this past year?
Oof. I think for me was not falling back into not having a work life balance. I think that was
way to tie this whole episode together.
Yeah, you like that?
That's really good.
I'm a professional, Joe. I'm not just an attorney, life coach, saver of dogs, good looking, entertaining. I'm also a professional podcaster. But yeah, I felt myself probably for the first like few months, like 4 or 5 months, just falling back into adjusting. Like the kid's not home, so I didn't have anything else to focus on. So it's like I just got to work, work, work. But I've really been trying to make an effort of, putting it down when I get home or just doing other things, enjoying life a little bit more. But that's probably been my biggest challenge this year is not falling back into like the shit that put me in a bad spot a few years ago.
I like it.
What about you, Joe?
I don't want to bore you because I've said it before. My wife and I were struggling and we patch things up and things are going great.
Dude,
so I won't bore you with the fucking details.
Well, I don't think that's ever boring.
I think you told that story before. I did. I won't bore you with the details again.
But no, like that, like those are the stories people want to hear. They don't care about you randomly body slamming people and being a degenerate.
I body slam people on occasion.
But I think it's also, I mean, I think it's just awesome that you're putting in the work you and your wife did. And I think that's tough for you because you tend to think of yourself pretty highly.
I do. And I had to humble myself. I really did.
Yeah. So I'm proud of you, Joe.
Thank you. It's not easy to hear someone tell you that you're not, coming through and delivering what they're expecting of you. It's a hard thing to hear. But you have to. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I think if you find a relationship that you think is worth saving, I think you have to be willing to hear things sometimes that you don't want to hear. And where again, we had gone to marriage counseling, and I remember when she was telling me all this same shit. And there's this fucking random dude, and I'm like fucking dodging and weaving and shit. You know what I mean? And it was more like I was trying to defend myself to this fucking random guy I don't know. And once we the guy actually like basically was like, this is not going well. Maybe we should stop doing this.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of marriage counseling. I think because they tend to turn into the finger pointing, and one person is going to be defensive because you got a stranger in the room. I think, and what I try to tell people is go work on you first individually. And then once you feel like you're in a good spot, see if your relationship's going to work. And then maybe it does, unless you can sit there and honestly just be able to take the heat, understand the perspective, and not get defensive. And that's the difficult part.
Oh, I will tell you, it is. It's very hard. I mean, and what we did was we just sat down and literally had a conversation. And her saying those same things to me without somebody else there,
Yeah.
I didn't feel, I didn't like it wasn't as much a matter of feeling embarrassed that this rando thinks I'm an asshole. It literally hearing her say that and be like, "Oh, you think that?"
Well, you're not.
And then addressing it in a way where, again, right, not deflecting or dodging, but like hearing what she was saying. The other funny thing was, right, one of the many topics was taking her for granted. And I'm telling you right now, there was a time like a year ago where I was going out of my way to kind of be a dick. You don't like fish. She doesn't like tuna. My kids and I love tuna. I buy these giant fucking French baguettes,
Yeah.
4 cans of tuna. My daughter and I like pickles and lettuce and tomato. My son eats it plain, but it's like 3 feet long. And then I cut them bad boys up into like 12 inches each. And that's all I would make for dinner. It would just be literally 3
Tuna
grinders,
melts.
right? And it's like, even if there was a little left over, she ain't gonna want this shit. And my thought was, she can get her own dinner when she gets home. So when she was like, "You take me for granted," I thought, "Oh, you don't even know."
Yeah, like,
Oh, I go out of my way to be a dick. So yeah, I totally do.
well, and I think too, when you're going to marriage counseling, instead of listening to your spouse, you're trying to validate yourself to somebody else, right? Anytime you're in an argument, eh, right, because it's very different than a discussion, you're just you're seeking validation for your position instead of just understanding their perspective. Not saying that they're right, but okay, I can see how you see it that way, instead of trying to defend your position and validate yourself in front of everybody. And a lot of us live for the validation, right? We see it now with social media. You post something because you want to validate what you think you accomplished, or you want to impress people. But that's not what it's about when you're in a relationship. So you got to have those hard discussions. But it's even in your friend group. You don't want a bunch of yes men or yes women in your friend group, right? Because then they're not really being honest with you. They're not your true friend, right?
They're enablers.
Or when I tell people, is like when you're complaining about, say, you're thinking about getting a divorce and you're asking everybody's opinion. If you go to your friends, they're just going to tell you whatever you want to hear. They're just going to validate your own opinions of your relationship or your spouse. They're not giving you an honest, like, hey, maybe you're fucking up, Joe, right? Maybe you should change. None of your friends say that. They just confirm what you're telling them. That's why you need to go talk to somebody about what's going on in your life. Right. I was the biggest, like, I would never need therapy. I don't need a therapist and all this stuff until you go and you're like, it's kind of refreshing because you're getting, this person doesn't know you. You're getting an honest opinion from someone who's just looking at you like a blank slate. They don't know your background. They don't know why you're saying this stuff. And so, you got to be cognizant of that as well, but you got to be able to go home and have a discussion. And my wife is, we never argue, but like there's certain things that I can't, I know you're not going to believe this, that it bother her about me. It's really hard to find, but she does it in a manner where I can't even get mad because it makes sense. Like sometimes I wish she'd be like, "You're a douchebag, dick, son of a bitch," and then so I could just get mad and start yelling. But she approaches it in just a way. I just want to tell you how you made me feel today. And there's nothing worse a husband hears than those words.
What does she say about that shirt?
The shirt's dope. You know where this shirt's a big hit?
That's not what I asked.
Anytime I go to a high school place where they, and you get some like, yo, that shirt's fire.
Answer the question I asked you. What does Claudia think of that shirt?
She likes it.
We're gonna get Claudia on the show.
No, she'll tell you.
Me to ask.
My wife is the like the baseball mom that pulls up to practice bumping Quiet Storm. My wife's a thug, absolute thug. She likes it. She might not like the 3-inch inseam shorts I have on right now.
You know what's funny? You picked this card and it said, "If you could have something of mine, what would it be?" And I was thinking about
the shorts,
those fucking tiny little shorts. Because you know why? I would never buy a pair of shorts like that on my own. But I would acquire those. Like if somebody left them, like, all right, yeah, you know what? Hey, these aren't bad.
Well, wait until I get my tattoo on my leg. Pretty soon it's just gonna be boxer briefs, dude.
Good Lord. Oh boy.
But yeah, I mean, I think if we're answering the question right, if you could have something of mine, what would it be and why? So I think for you, it probably would be like younger kids, like your family.
Okay. I didn't know you could do that.
Well, I can't. I
No,
can't.
I know. I'm
you
kidding.
know,
That's
you know
I
what I
wasn't
mean.
even
Like,
thinking like that. But yeah.
but like, because like, you know, I came in at 12, and I had
you would probably be such a good dad to a little kid. I would think.
I would be like, I think that's probably like, I don't have regrets in life. Like I think there's two regrets that I'm sitting here today. Probably, and you're gonna get mad because it's about my wife, but I don't care. One is we didn't meet earlier, and we, you know, had a kid, and two, like I'm never gonna be able to have that 50-year anniversary. Like I'm never gonna be like, oh, we've been together 50 years. Like, you know, like I think that shit is awesome, and I'm never gonna be able to say that. So that's probably my two regrets.
And what about never coming out as gay? Is that something you struggle with? No, I'm just kidding. that was a
That's
1995.
That's aggressive. You know, I'm trying to be like honest and open with you, my friend, and that's what I did.
It's 2026, and I'm making a gay joke. What the? You know what? Obviously, it's getting late.
It's getting late. We're gonna have to call it a day.
I'm gonna have to end it there.
He didn't have enough sushi today. He's getting hungry.
It's too bad, because the next question is, what was the most hurtful thing someone's ever told you? And it was something my wife said last year.
We're gonna end it on that.
Yeah, I'll tell you
fucking cliffhanger.
I'll tell you what it is next episode, because it's fucked up, and I'm not 100% over it.
That's going to be the episode we have the wives on, by the way.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Change Your Plans podcast. Thanks for tuning in. This was a good one. I love the show.
Bye.